All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how the coming perils are going to cause for neighbor to be against neighbor, right? And maybe other things will come up in a lesson anyway, because what we say isn't of ourselves if Yahweh's dealing with us, man. This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, and that's the main thing, man. To fear Yahweh, right? That's one of the main things that's necessary, because that's the beginning of wisdom, right? But there's many things that are coming upon the earth right now that are going to cause for people to lose the plot, man. Famines, right? Is going to be one of the main ones. Famine is going to cause for people have already got things and hatred toward each other, right? A woman might be jealous of her neighbor because she's more attractive and gets more attention from the men around the area, you know. A man might be negative towards his neighbor and hateful towards his neighbor for the same opposite reason. He might be more attractive than that man and get more attention from women around the area, or he might have a nicer car, he might have more money, he might have a bit of a bigger house, he might have more status and a more better and more fun lifestyle to where he goes to the clubs and he might know the DJs around the area or whatever. People have already got many reasons to have hate towards each other anyway. But the times that are coming and the famines that are getting ready on the earth, when there's lack of water, when there's lack of food, is going to really cause for people to kill each other, man. Right? I just got to speak it exactly what it's going to be for prophecy's sake. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So fear is going to cause for people to murder each other, man. People are going to look into their fridge and see that there's nothing in there, right? The electricity at that point might have even been turned off completely. They're going to see that there's no food in there. Like even just this October that we're coming into, right? We've got like, how many days now? Like 20 plus, 20, let's say 25, let's say 27 days, man. We've got like 27 days until we're coming into October the 1st, right? Or 28 days until we're in October the 1st. And in October the 1st, the UK energy bills are going to go up by 80%, man. Right, 80%. So people are going to have a lot less money disposable. And what this world has made people do is to feel like their job is their identity. Because people go to they go to school over here in the UK, which now the rules have slightly changed, if I'm not mistaken. So now it's from like, they might be going to school from like the age of 5 or 4 up until the age of 18, right? Which is to further indoctrinate people and get them into Esau's system and be onto Esau's thinking, right? But then after 18, they might go to university for 3 years. Then they might go and do another master's. So that's like almost 2 decades worth of indoctrination by Esau, man. So people don't know how to think for themselves. And because of that, and because of all the effort that they've put into that, that's why they really always feel the need to let it be known how many master's degrees they got or how many degrees they got, man. When having a degree does not mean that you know something. Having a degree is not even a symbol of financial income, because the elites of Esau don't have degrees. They don't care about that stuff. That stuff that they push out on you. They just go from their youth up, learn things. And knowing the knowledge of the Bible is going to make all of the elected of the nation of Israel wiser than all of you people. But we're going to be wise in the Lord. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people are going to lose the plot, man, when there's no food. They're going to lose their mind. Now let me read this. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap on earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And victuals are cheap on the earth right now, right? There's a whole interest-free buying system that's available right now on the earth called Klarna, but then there's loads of other different off brands of it. and you can pretty much buy goods for the same price, but spread the price over months or over years, right? So people have been able to buy things that they wasn't able to buy before, be able to have a few nicer things in their house than what they was able to have before, by based off this payment system, man. So and because of that, they're thinking that things are in a good case because of these things, but they're not though, because famines are being set up deliberately by Esau, but really it's deliberate by the Lord Yahweh, because Yahweh uses Esau to perform the things that he wants to perform that are going to bring forth evil. Yeah, Yahweh has made Esau be his sword that he uses to punish people with, right? But once Yahweh has performed all the works that are necessary for Esau to perform, he's going to destroy Esau. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So loads of people are going to be dying in the times to come from hunger, right? But the ones that escape hunger, so they might get access to food, they might be those people that was pillaging their neighbor's house with a sword because of a lack of bread and for great tribulation. But those types of people are going to be met with the sword, then they're going to be killed to die. Whereas other people are going to starve to die, right? But the point is, they're still going to die all the same. Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the sea shall be cast down. So many people are going to die that there's not going to be people there to bury them. And that's going to stink too, man. Right? If you ever just had like if you ever just smelt what your bin smell like, right? If you might have had some liquid in your bin running through your bin, and then when you lift up the bin lid and you end up getting a whiff of that smell, that stinks, man. But imagine that smell being in your house or being out on the street, man, continually. Right? If you ever walk past a fish market or a butcher's or anything like that, and you smell like what they're washing away, it stinks, man. That stuff stinks. Or rotten vegetables, that stinks. So how much more rotten flesh of a human being with all the crazy madness that these people eat as well, man. People are going to smell the smell of corpses, and it's going to become a natural smell for people to be smelling continually, man. People are going to be throwing up from smelling it. That you've still got people out here proud, you've still got women out here running their mouth to men, even men that know that what's really going on. You still got women being proud like this, man, because really they don't have the faith, man, right? And a lot of them really are not supposed to make it, man. A lot of them are really not supposed to enter into the kingdom. Verse 23 again, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So that's what it's going to be like, man. People are going to be, and people are going to be losing it, man. People are going to be dying, right? Let's read this one. The virgin, verse 33, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So they ain't going to have no simps, or they ain't going to have no beta male providers. They ain't going to have no, they ain't even going to have they're going to be alpha widowed if they had a, if they had a so-called man that was on point. They're going to lose it, man. They're going to lose all of that access to them goods. And that's what's going to make them be lamenting for the teats and for the fruitful vine. Verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So men are going to be drafted into wars, and men are going to be going to wars anyway, right? And a lot of the men are going to be dying, and then a lot of women's husbands are also going to perish of famine. They're going to starve to death, right? But some people, rather than starve to death, are going to become cannibals, man. Some people are going to become cannibals rather than starve to death, and they're going to be hunting humans to eat them. And people might think that this stuff ain't true. It's going to happen, man. Ain't you heard that the scriptures say that the day of the Lord is darkness and not light? Well, this is part of the darkness. This is part of the things that's going to make it be dark. Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Warn to you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? And people have got a problem with this stuff being spoken. So how much more of a problem are they have when they see it be done? Right? They got a problem with reading about it in the scriptures and thinking about it. So how much more fear are these people going to experience when they see it happening, man? Because it's going to happen. All the evils that have happened in the past before, when the world wasn't even close to being as wicked as it is now, and people think that there's not going to be more evils that are going to come upon the earth now that is even more wicked. Yahweh is going to perform what he said he's going to perform, man. And I'm going to end the lesson there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.